Good afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. Hi, it's Tonia Reeves, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl, coming at you from Sunday Creek in Victoria. Yay, another week has come about. I can't believe how fast they go. I know I say it every week, but yeah, this year, for whatever reason, feels energetically like it's going really fast. So prior to coming on the show today, I was like, what am I going to talk about? I try and keep things really relevant to all of you that tune in and, ask for a connection with us here. And I kind of really wanted to touch on something that's come up a little bit for me personally, and also having discussions with people of late about the one of the main purposes, I suppose, that people come to us for a reading is to connect with those that are past. And grief and loss is such an individual thing, and I think sometimes we need to be reminded that there's no start and there's no ending to grief, as in it doesn't come with a time frame, and for every person it's different. And I feel that you need to, be reminded of that, to say, because you've lost a loved one, it doesn't mean you simply get over it. It doesn't mean that there's a time that comes that suddenly, it's not relevant to you, because to lose someone we love it's a part of us, and it's something that we do carry, for the rest of our lives, regardless of what we're doing. And, there's certain elements or things that will come up that will bring that grief back to you. So it's really common to go along for a bit and feel like you're going a bit better, and then there'll be some kind of a reminder. It might be a memory or a trigger that just takes you back to that moment of loss and sits you back into that space of grief. And I do want to say to you, allow that to happen. It is part of your journey, and we certainly, with grief, we don't want to be permanently stuck there, for many, many years later on. We time does tend to, how can we put it? It doesn't take it away, but it shows us that we can continue on when there's often dark days and times where you don't feel like you can continue on. So, don't be hard on yourself, because I see a lot of people are hard on themselves, saying to me, I should be over it, or, I should be able to, work through this quicker, or they put a lot of pressure, on themselves to stay in it, indefinitely as well. So, you don't want to be stuck in grief, and that's where a lot of people come to a medium for a reading, is to help bring about that understanding of that person still being around. Like, it's rare that they disappear. When they pass, they're around you. They're giving you signs. And all we need to do is be present in our lives and in that moment, and, be aware that they're around to give us those signs. It's also great to embrace memories. That Spirit love that. And often when I connect with somebody with a reading, Spirit will share a recent event just to show that they are still around. So please don't feel that just because they're passed on in spirit, they're not still around you, and they're not also still able to in their own little way communicate with you, because they go to a lot of, extremes to do that. And it's just nice to get those little reminders to know that they're still around. So, so it's really, look for the reminders, the special moments that you've shared with that person, the special thoughts and things that you have with them. Don't be afraid to revisit that and embrace their memory, because I haven't had a spirit come through yet who isn't really rapt about how their memory is embraced in one way or the other. So that's my reminder today, to know that, you're allowed to grieve, and grief is very individual. So don't feel that you have to grieve in a way that other people tell you how to, because your journey alone is unique to you, and, honour that. So I suppose that's my reminder, honour that process. You're allowed to feel those feelings and emotions. Okay, I'm going to go on to my first read today. Is Kira from Ohio in the USA. Kira, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Good. Is it Kiera? Did I get that? I'm great with getting the sound.
Kiera.
Sorry about that. How you going today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Really good. Really good. Now, did you want to
Thanks for
ask me something
calling me.
specific? No, my pleasure. Did you want me to focus on something specific or just pick up what I feel around you?
I wanted to speak up what you probably feel around me, if you don't mind.
Yeah. There's children around you. So as soon as I connected with you, I felt like a childlike energy. And I feel like part of that is part of your personality as well, is that you're always regarded as being younger than what you are. Like, it's almost like you look younger and people get your age wrong. But I also want to acknowledge that there's children around you. So let me see what they're showing me. I feel like I want to go to even children coming in. So have you got children yourself yet?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I feel like I want to say the door's not shut, that you're finished with children, if that makes sense to you.
Yes. I'm finished.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I feel like I want to go, oh, there's a child, ready to come in or ready to step in. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. It's like, for some reason, I had to make a reference to that. So I'm not sure whether you've been thinking it's not going to happen or you have been trying unsuccessfully or something, but it was really relevant that I shared that with you.
Okay.
There's also with that message, the lady that's come through in spirit who is passed. Now, I feel like your mum's still here, so I don't feel like it's your mum. Was there an auntie that you were close to that was very mother-like to you?
Not really. My grandma was, but she passed like in 1997, I believe.
Yep. Yep. Was there a cancer reference to her passing?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yep. Okay. Because I'm just getting a little bit more information on her. It's like she's coming in for you at this time. So there's also options for you. So you're thinking about changing your direction in what you're doing.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Because she's showing me you've got a couple of options, and I want to say to you what, because she's a bit of a character. What she's showing me is that we want to follow your heart this time. So I feel like there's part of you with one of the choices that you've got around you is saying the practical choice would be to do X, but my heart is really to do Z. And it's almost like she's in to say, I'll support you and help you step up into what it is you really want to do, instead of what it's almost like I want to go to, don't do what you feel you have to do. There's an element of, with this transition and change, doing what you love to do.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So I want to say, go to follow your heart and what it is that you feel really drawn to do, even though, because I feel like there's an element you might be doubting it because, say, it's not going to bring in as much money, or it's not going to be, how can I put it? It's not going to be the easiest road, because you're looking at it going, oh, if I do that, there's all these little things that come into play. But it's like she's showing me to say, don't worry about that. That will be okay. You've got this. And it's like it's time for you to step up with doing what it is that it's almost like it's your calling, I want to say, your purpose in life. She's showing me you've been given some.
I'm sorry.
You do. Sorry?
Yes, I can agree with that when you said my purpose in life. And my purpose in life is I'm a light worker, of course, and entrepreneur, but I'm also spiritual light worker. So I have this thing coming out that says all creations matter, and it's the unity and awareness of T-shirt line, a clothing line.
Yep.
So I finally got my trademark and everything is coming along. The universe is saying, hey, I'm throwing this at you, take it. Everything is lining up for me. But I just, I have this sometimes, you know, we have this self-doubt on how things are going to unfold for you.
And it's like she's stepping in to say it will be fine.
Okay.
So I don't see any hiccups in the road for you. It's like, you know, being a light worker, you've always had that in you, but it's like this year for you is you've really had the strong signs in stepping up, and it's almost like the doors are really opening, and there's that element to, I want to say to you, say yes. So there's going to be opportunities that come up. I do see you speaking in front of people with that as well. So it's sharing your message, and video is really important.
Okay.
So it's like people need to connect to your energy, because and that's what I feel about you. There's a childlike, there's a really light connection for you, and it's like to bring people back to their core, to the essence of who they are, and to embracing that childlike sense of fun.
Oh, wow.
So that's part of what you do. So you've got the healing, you've got connecting and giving people the valid messages, but there's also that element to, you know, bring back that sense of fun with it. And you really have an ability to tap into that and show people how to do it. So I do see you, you know, it's almost like you're on stage and you're demonstrating this to others. So I don't know whether you have already stepped into, you know, places that you can go and share your knowledge. But if you haven't, they're going to come along. And it's like, I feel like you will be going, oh, my goodness, how am I going to do that? But it's like your grandmother's there going, you've got this. You've done the preparation. You're ready to shine. So don't let the self-doubt step in. You are, you know, this year for you is about making a massive difference, and you're going to be.
Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure. It's like, don't, you know, quite often, it's probably one of the most common messages I give to people, that the only limit that we have is ourselves, you know, and especially when everything's lining up. And I feel like for you, that's relevant. Everything is lining up for you. So just trust that, follow that path, and don't get into the self-doubt. Also make sure you're charging your worth.
Okay.
Okay? And I feel like I also want to what she's showing me is with the services you offer, we have different aspects to each one. So I feel like not one will fit everyone. We need to add elements to that. So, you know, like if I'm doing my light work and I'm tapping into healing, I'm also encompassing messages and, you know, just it's something different. It's like that's your uniqueness, is what you do is very different, and I want to capture it in how I'm offering my services to clients.
Okay.
There's also a reference to 3. There's also a reference to 3 around you. So I feel like the 3, there's something around people getting, coming to you and coming, you know, it's almost like we've got 3 steps. So I feel like the number 3 is, you know, what Spirit's shown me is really relevant to you. So whether that's they come in and get a service from you, and then it's almost like recommended that they come back for those extras just to consolidate what you've given them. And I also see light codes. So there's something around light codes around you. I don't know whether you do that already or you've looked into that, but, you know, a light code is a channeled code, or so, it's almost like a symbol, I say, and there'll be an element of that with what you're doing as well.
Oh, you said I will be channeling? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
You said I'll be channeling?
Yes. This is like light code. So, you know, like I'm getting my pen out and I'm drawing a symbol that's relevant to that person. I feel like you channel already. It's not that you don't channel at the moment, but it's like there's an opening there that's really giving you a lot more clarity with what's coming in. So the channeling will be an important part of what you're offering with your clients.
Okay. I do find myself, like, sometimes if I'm talking to someone, connecting with them, and at that moment when the portal is open for me, I can like you said, channel some information through them, and the message will come out of nowhere. And sometimes I be like, wow, where'd that come from? And that person that I'm, speaking to, that can relate to it, and they be like, oh, thank you so much. That really, yeah.
That's it, and that's part of what you bring into the table. So again, that's an extra element that you do easily, and you will incorporate into what you're doing. So, remember to give that description of what you're offering, as that's part of it as well. I connect to source and provide the channel. I'm the channel for the information that helps people consolidate moving forward with things.
Okay. Wow.
So don't forget to incorporate that in, because you are, the spiritual aspect isn't outside of you. It's, you have it within you. So that's part of what you bring to the table, and that's what makes you special. So I want to really, when I'm promoting what you do, I want to incorporate the language that will attract the people that are really keen for that. I feel like there'll be a lot there that will be looking for that uniqueness.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. So I like to sometimes, when they show me that, it's great to be able to, we want to connect to what it is that gives us resonance with people. And for you, that's the resonance, is the spiritual aspect of what you bring into the table, that you do easily, and that you make a really a big difference for people. So we want to go, yay, I've got that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't be scared of it. Sometimes we get a bit concerned about the judgment or perception, but we've got to look at, when we're offering services, we want that ideal client, and that's the person that's open for what you have, and that's the person that's willing to bring about change and embrace, what it is that you're giving them, and they're going to run with it. So we want the ones that you can be really specific about what you're offering to them.
Okay. Definitely.
Okay?
Definitely. Yes.
So you've got this. You've got this. So don't let the doubt creep in. Just go, you know what? I'm going to do this, and I know in my heart that it's going to work out, and it is.
Yes, I definitely believe it.
Yeah, good girl. Keep that up. You won't go wrong.
Every time I doubt myself, my higher self be like, you're amazing. You got this. I mean, it always talks to me, like clicks right in. When that doubt comes, it's just
That's
something,
awesome.
the other, it just comes right in. I'm like, nope.
That is awesome.
I know Spirit is definitely on my side, working with me right now.
Absolutely. And that's why you're meant to be doing this. So there's no doubt whatsoever. And it's like, just step on into it. It's almost like, for you, I want to say the biggest message within this reading today is surrender. Just surrender to Spirit and allow them to bring all that needs to come in, because it's all there ready to go. We just want to be in allowance of it.
Okay. Definitely.
Good luck with your journey. It'll be great. You will not look back.
Thank you so much, and good luck with yours.
My pleasure.
And much success.
Thank you. Much love to you. I must go on to my next caller. Thank you so much for calling in, Kiera. Love it. Okay, I've got my next caller, Vancy from Missouri, USA. I think I've pronounced that right.
Yeah.
Oh, dear, I can't talk today.
Sorry.
How are you today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. Do you want me to focus on something specific, seeing as we're a bit short for time?
Oh, no, not really.
Okay, you're open to whatever comes. The first thing I pick up around you is a relationship. So let me see, what are they spirits showing me? There's a male stepping in with spirit, in spirit, but there's also a relevance around a relationship and about you stepping up and not taking what no longer serves you. So I feel like there's been some decisions, and I feel like I want to go to in regards to a relationship, and you almost making a decision around what works for you and what doesn't.
Yeah, I recently, my boyfriend broke up with me.
Yeah. Okay. With that, it's because I almost feel like around that there's a little bit of a gift in that there was something you already had doubts around that, and it's almost like you were trying to make things fit. And I feel like the message from Spirit here for you is we're not going to tolerate what doesn't work for you anymore. You've got a lot to bring to the table. You're very hardworking, and it's almost like you need around relationships for you, it's about somebody that values and appreciates what you bring to the table, because you, how can I put this? It's like you've got so many positive traits and things that you do personally, and also things that as a partner, you're awesome. Like you go out of your way for others. And we don't want to be, it's almost like the message from Spirit is we're not wasting our time on someone that doesn't see that in you.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's like if they're not going to step up and pick up their game, then we don't want them in your life. I feel like there's somebody up there who's like, right, I'm very straight to the point. It's a male coming through for you in Spirit, and he's like, I'm looking after my girl. And there's a real element to we're not wasting time with those that aren't deserving of you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So it's like, come on, this year for you, there has been opportunities that have come along that you have not stepped up to, I have to say. It's like it's showing me there's been things that you've been going to do, but maybe because of that relationship, you were like, nah, I won't do that. Well, it's time to say yes to
Sorry, I think you cut out.
Oh, that's okay. It's like things that you've held yourself back, and I feel like in that relationship that made you not step up to do what you needed to be doing for yourself, and that means moving forward, saying yes to things. It's like you haven't been able to. You've been restricted. There's something about when you're in that relationship you were restricted.
Yeah.
And there was other, because what Spirit showed me, there was also others around that were limiting. So I almost feel like in that relationship, it wasn't just your partner, there was other connections to him that were really like, I almost feel like putting you over into the corner. And I feel like you weren't allowed to step up and be who you needed to be and do what you needed to do.
Yeah, I felt like that a lot.
So it's like that had to go. And this is where the Spirit coming in. Can I ask, like, is your father in Spirit? Because he feels really fatherly, this man stepping in.
I don't. My father, I haven't really talked to him in a long time.
Okay. Well, who was the father figure for you? Because it's like this gentleman coming in is very, like, he feels quite fatherly and nurturing to you. So I feel like you had a connection, or what he's showing me is he's got a connection and he's got your back and he's looking out for you.
Thank you.
So it's like, yeah, you are divinely guided, I want to say. And there's this element, it's almost like you've lost your faith, is what he's showing me. There's something around you've lost your faith, you've got a bit off track, and we need to get you back on track because there's a lot of great stuff for you to do here. And we don't need someone telling you what to do. It's like you've got the direction. You deep down in your heart, you know what you want to do, but you've been held back because of relationships. And I also say because of restrictions on where you could go. So with that relationship, were you restricted as to where you lived, or you wanted to move, or you wanted to change something and you couldn't because of location?
Well, I'm really young, so there's not a lot that I really do at this moment besides school and everything. But I really have been trying to focus more on myself, and I've been, like, this whole time, like, I've been saying, like, oh, if this relationship doesn't work out, I'm gonna finally, like, pick up music and get into that. So I've been trying to make music too.
Brilliant. Because it's like you've been held back a bit. The relationship was the focus, but now it's time for you to follow your heart. And it's very important for you to connect with somebody who's like-minded. So it's like, I feel like the one that you've just separated from, there was a lot of differences, but there is somebody that's going to come along and be more in tune with you and encouraging, because we want someone who's can see all that you have to offer. And I feel like you're very dedicated at what you do. So there's no limit to you. Over the next few years, like you say, you're still very young, but you've got a lot of really great stuff to embrace. And the focus is going to be on you, not worrying about somebody else.
Yeah.
So you've got some really cool stuff. So I really want you, like you're saying, obviously with the music, but it's like we're having fun doing things. So, I don't know whether there's opportunities for you to travel in your schooling, because I feel like there's opportunities you're going to go, yeah, I'm going to go here. But I just feel like I wanted to go back to what I said earlier, that we're doing things and we're moving, like I don't know whether you're going on a camp or something that's like I'm traveling.
Yeah, I plan to go lots of different places.
Yeah, so it's like we're going to do that now. So it's almost like you had to release that relationship to do that. And I do feel there's a connection there with the music as well. So whether it's something that comes up as an opportunity, but it's going to be fun. I want you to get excited because seriously, the best thing's been you now stepping up into you.
Yeah.
Following your heart and know that you're guided. Look for the signs, they are there. I'm going to have to wrap up now because I'm all out of time. But thank you so much for connecting.
Thank you.
Connect with me on Facebook, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl. You're welcome to message me for further info. All right. Thanks, everybody, for connecting. Thank you. Thanks for calling in. We love connecting with you all. Thank you so much. See you same time, same place next week. Woo!